on the 5 right where it meets the Coronado Bridge. It looks like it is a crash involving a couple of cars, so that may slow things down for you as you're making your way past the 15 split headed northbound towards downtown San Diego. We're also tracking another, or actually not slowing at all. In fact, as you make your way in from the East County, 70 to 80 mile per hour speeds. Steady speeds coming in from Lemon Grove and Santee this morning. Travel times, this is coming in from South Bay, the Chula Vista National City neighborhoods. Have you at about 10 to 15 minutes northbound. Average speed 67 to 70 miles per hour or so. And then here's what it looks like as you make your way eastbound, coming in from the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. Back to you. This is the 5 in both directions as you make your way north coming in from downtown. This is the Old Town Avenue camera here just south of the 8 freeway. And then this is the 15 in both directions right at Mira Mesa. Also the southbound drive as you make your way down towards the 163 connector. All right, we are still tracking this crash. Oh, it looks like it has cleared, so that's good news. That was on the 5 north right at Coronado, the Coronado Bridge. And now we're keeping our eye on this activity. We are seeing reports of a brush fire on the 805 north at University. That may slow things down for anyone headed in from Chula Vista or National City this morning. Travel times are in really good shape, about 10 to 15 minutes right now as you're making your way in from Chula Vista National City, both on the 5 and the 805. Not much to talk about. In fact, we're at steady speeds across the board. We're all in the green coming in from the East County headed west. That includes the Santee neighborhood. And we're all in the green coming in from the North County out of Oceanside and Escondido. The overall travel time, 11 minutes, 13 full span of the 78 as you make your way from Escondido headed towards Oceanside. All right, 6:10 is the time. Let's go ahead and do we have the border wait times? No. Okay, Ned, I'll toss it over to you.
Roller coaster ride on our temperatures.
Oh yeah, and again, cool weekend. I'm here for it. Not so much for the warm up though. Come next week. All right, let's go ahead and focus in on your traffic maps. The time is 6:20 on your Thursday. We're tracking steady speeds. Again, not much to talk about. We'll go ahead and kind of give you a tour around town and talk about some of the speeds that we're seeing. 60 miles per hour right now for this drive as you make your way northbound in from National City and Chula Vista. If you're traveling in westbound, this is what it looks like. Not sure. Or the 54 headed up towards downtown San Diego. Here's what it looks like as you make your way westbound in from the East County. Average speeds anywhere between 64 to 75 miles per hour or so. We're all in the green in terms of drive times. And then here is a look at some of those travel times coming in from the North County headed south. 10 to about 15 on the 5 to 15 as well as the 78. Eric?
Coming up here, the
way towards the mile of cars. This is that 5 drive as you make your way towards the 54 coming in from East Street. Average speeds 30 miles per hour. So we are slow and go, but again, that is usual for this time of day. This is the drive coming in from La Mesa. Not this. This is a live look on one of the exits. But let's go ahead and take a look at another freeway view. This is the 15 just north of Felicita as you make your way southbound in from Escondido. So far, we're in pretty good shape with your average speeds of about 47 miles per hour. Eric? Look at our traffic map. So we're tracking this brush fire on the 805 South Rate at University. This may slow things down if you're making your way inbound from Chula Vista this morning. As we go ahead and give you kind of a zoomed out view of the traffic maps, we're starting now to see a lot of yellow and orange indicating some light brake tapping. Here it looks like on the 5 in both directions as you come in from East Street, making your way towards the mile of cars. Meanwhile, this is that drive as you make your way westbound right at College. Average speeds of about 70 miles per hour on the 8 west as you make your way into Mission Valley. And then this is that drive on the 15 just north of Felicita as you make your way inbound from Escondido headed south towards the Rancho Bernardo, Rancho Penasquitos area. Travel times have officially transitioned into the yellow, meaning that we're tapping the brakes a lot more. Average speeds now about 45 to 50 miles per hour on the 5 and the 805. If you're coming in from the East County headed west, we're still in the green, and that includes that drive that we usually see slowing at in from Santee. Average speeds about 55, 60 miles per hour or so. And then about 15 to 20 minutes for those drives headed southbound coming in from the North County. All right, well, here at News 8, we are always working for our community, and right now we are trying to help clear overrun animal shelters. This week we are featuring Flash. He is a 4-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier. The San Diego Humane Society says that Flash loves adventures, enjoys car rides and long walks, and would also be perfect for those cozy days at home. If you're interested in Flash or any of the animals that are up for adoption, fostering, even if you want to donate or volunteer, you can go ahead and meet him and all the others at the El Cajon or all of their other campuses. And don't forget, adoption fees for adult dogs and cats are reduced to $50 until this Sunday. So don't miss that opportunity. Adopt, don't shop. I can't emphasize that enough. All right, what a cutie. I'll leave you with that photo there.
That
He's smiling. Such a
pop up on there,
Yeah.
and it's like, is there actually one out there? What's going on?
I think there is one, only because it was there and then it went away and then it popped back up again. So there's some sort of activity on University Avenue right off the 805. So just look out for that. That may cause additional slowing this morning as you make your way through the North Park neighborhood, headed, let's say, from National City via the 805 northbound. All right, let's go ahead and zoom on out, because we are now starting to see a lot more yellow and orange colors on the board here, and that indicates some minor slowing, nothing significant. We're officially in the yellow as you make your way northbound in from the South Bay, about 15 to 20 hours. About 45 to 50 miles per hour. All right, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, we have another big closure impacting one of our main time on your Thursday. We're tracking a crash on the 15 right at Villa Rancho that's going to have things slow and go coming in from Escondido. As we give you a live look outside, this is a slowdown. I was trying to get a minutes ago. Remember, it's on the 15 right at Villa Rancho. We're now seeing about a 16-minute ride coming in from Escondido down to the 163 merge. Once you get past Villa Rancho, those speeds heavily start to increase. The average speeds from Escondido all the way down to the 163, about 49 miles per hour. Netta. Slow down, leave time for travel, especially if you got to get somewhere on time. We have a crash on the 15 right at Villa Rancho. Unfortunately, this camera not getting a glimpse of it, but it is getting a clear glimpse of the slowdown that it is causing. As we take a look as to where we're tracking the slowing, it starts at the 78 and it is just pure stop and go all the way down to Villa Rancho. The speeds increase though once you get past that crash, but we're at a gridlock for about a quarter of a mile or so. Let's go ahead and pull up some of those travel times and see how it's impacting that morning commute. Just about 5 minutes ago, this drive was at 15 minutes. So we've added on about 10 minutes since then. And of course, as long as that crash is active, you can expect that overall drive time to build. 12 minutes, meanwhile, on the opposite end on the 5 coming in from Oceanside, we're looking at steady speeds, no major issues out of Oceanside this morning. And if you're traveling full span of the 78 from the 15 to the 5, we're looking at about a 17-minute ride. All right, travel times coming in from the South Bay, we are slow and go, but that's nothing unusual for this time of day. About a 15 to 25-minute ride on the 5 and the 805 north. Full span of the Coronado Bridge, 5 minutes to get to Coronado in from Barrio, and then about 3 to about 10 minutes for those westbound drives in from the East County. Back to you guys. To the 15, where we are tracking a problem. It looks like crews are on the left shoulder there, indicating that there is a crash ahead. There's a crash on the 15 right at Villa Rancho that has things at a crawl coming even, not even from Escondido, but north of that, and speeds right now down to about 7 miles per hour. So if you're traveling south from any of those neighborhoods north of Villa Rancho, you're likely going to encounter a lot of that congestion. Moving on to the South Bay, we are tracking an object reportedly blocking the center lane. This is on the 805 south, so the opposite way of where most folks are going, but this could cause some slowing as you make your way northbound in from Chula Vista this morning. Keeping our eye on, we have an object in the center lane blocking, again, one of the lanes in Chula Vista on the 805 that's southbound right at 8th Street, but this is the one causing problems this morning. We have a crash in the carpool lane in Escondido on the 15 South right at Villa Rancho. In fact, as we go ahead and take a look at the 78, and in fact, here's a live look at some of the crawling that we're tracking as you make your way southbound this morning. It's still an active crash, as you can see crews on the left shoulder there, and drive times, as you can imagine, are continuing to build. 40 minutes right now to get you from Escondido to the 163 merge. I mean it when I say leave time for travel. Back to you guys. At Villa Rancho, a crash that we have been tracking has cleared, but unfortunately the slowing has not. It looks like it was impacting the carpool lanes and causing quite the backup, and is continuing to north of the 78. So speeds are down about 6 miles per hour if you're headed out the door soon and wondering what is all this congestion from. An earlier crash at Villa Rancho. Once you get past that street, the speeds increase heavily, but you can look forward to a 36-minute ride in from Escondido this morning. Back to you guys.
Please not 6:01.
Please don't do that to us.
8:01
It's not
this
6
morning.
o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. And don't say Monday. It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, I almost said Friday. Oh, I almost got ahead of myself there. Continue to, I should say, brace yourself for a pretty big backup on the 15 right at Via Rancho following an earlier crash that was in a couple of the carpool lanes. It has cleared according to the CAD, but unfortunately the slowing has not. In fact, as we take a look at the red that we're tracking here, it stretches from Via Rancho backed up all the way to just north of the 78, speeds down to about 7 miles per hour. This is having a major impact on those coming in from San Marcos or Escondido, heading on the 15, and travel times not improving by much, still about 35 minutes from that drive in from Escondido down to the 163 merge. Netta, unfortunately, the slowing has not, so we'll go ahead and take you up there right now. It was impacting the carpool lanes, again, right at Via Rancho, slowing things down all the way north of the 78. Let's go ahead and give you a look. Even that drive has seen its fair share of slowing with speeds at about 49 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and see what some of your other drive times look like coming in from the South Bay, 15 to about 22 minutes coming in from National City and Chula Vista this morning. Back to you guys. And crews have just issued a SIG alert for this incident that we've been tracking for the past hour or so on the 15 right at Via Rancho. So this is slowing things down in from Escondido, even north of that, just above the 78. Here's a live look at the congestion. Average speeds anywhere between 0 to 10 miles per hour. The slowing starts even before you get to the 78. So just make sure you're leaving time for travel. Maybe take some surface streets to get around the slowing. 30 minutes right now is what we're tracking inbound from Escondido to the 163 merge. CBS8.com is where you can find more traffic split. We are still tracking this major slowdown coming inbound from Escondido this morning. It was blocking a couple of the carpool lanes. It has since cleared, and unfortunately, we're still at a crawl even before you get to Escondido on the 15 south. Things are starting to speed up a bit, so we are seeing some improvement. Earlier, this looked like a parking lot, and you could see that we're slowly but surely starting to gain momentum in those speeds. As we take a look at your drive times, we're averaging about 20 minutes for all of those drives coming in from the North County. That includes Oceanside, Escondido, and full span of the 78. Back to you guys.